imagine a city larger than London or Paris, nestled in the heart of North America. A city that thrived over 800 years ago, filled with bustling streets, enormous earthworks, and secrets that could rewrite everything we know about ancient civilizations. And then, almost overnight, it vanished. No written records remained to explain what happened, no eyewitness accounts, no chronicles. Only the monumental earthen mounds, silent witnesses to a civilization that rose to greatness and disappeared without a trace. This is the enigma of Cahokia, the largest city in pre-Columbian North America, a city that continues to baffle historians, archaeologists, and scientists even today. Hi friends, welcome back to Universal TV Explorer, your destination for the most shocking, mysterious, and fascinating stories from history, science, and the hidden corners of our world. Today, we are embarking on a journey into the heart of a civilization that reached remarkable heights and then disappeared almost without a trace. Today, we uncover the rise, the thriving life, and the sudden fall of Cahokia. The story of Cahokia begins along the fertile plains near the Mississippi River, in what is now Illinois. Around 1050 AD, settlers began to gather in this area, attracted by the rich soil, abundant water, and the natural resources that made life not only possible but promising. Over the next few centuries, this small settlement would grow into the largest urban center in North America, a city that would rival European capitals in scale and organization, all without written records or monumental stone architecture. At its peak, Cahokia's population may have reached between 20,000 to 40,000 inhabitants, surpassing the populations of London and Paris at the same time. Imagine the complexity of a city this large: organized streets, residential neighborhoods, ceremonial plazas, and massive public works, all built with careful planning and foresight. Its skyline was dominated not by stone or steel, but by monumental earthen mounds, carefully sculpted and shaped over decades. The largest of these, Monk's Mound, rises more than 100 feet above the surrounding plains, with a base covering more than 14 acres. To build this alone, thousands of people would have spent countless hours hauling baskets of earth, layering soil meticulously, and crafting a structure that could endure centuries. The city's design reflected not only functionality but also cosmology and religion. Many of the mounds and plazas were aligned with the sun, moon, and stars, marking seasonal cycles, religious ceremonies, and agricultural milestones. This alignment shows that the people of Cahokia possessed a sophisticated understanding of astronomy, mathematics, and urban planning, rivaling the knowledge of civilizations much older and more renowned than themselves. Cahokia's success was built upon its environment and its people's ingenuity. Agriculture formed the backbone of the city's economy. The inhabitants practiced the Three Sisters farming technique, planting corn, beans, and squash together in a method that enriched the soil and provided a balanced diet. The Mississippi River and its tributaries allowed Cahokia to thrive as a hub of trade and exchange. Artifacts discovered at the site reveal an extensive trade network spanning hundreds of miles. Shells from the Gulf Coast, copper from the Great Lakes, mica from the Appalachian Mountains, these were brought to Cahokia and incorporated into tools, ornaments, and ceremonial objects. The city was not isolated. It was the epicenter of a cultural and economic network that stretched across North America. But trade was not merely economic, it was also social and cultural. The exchange of goods carried ideas, traditions, and knowledge across vast distances. Cahokia's influence extended far beyond the mounds themselves, connecting distant peoples and fostering a shared understanding of craft, ritual, and governance. Life in Cahokia was vibrant, structured, and communal. Its population was a complex web of farmers, artisans, hunters, traders, and leaders. The city's social structure appears to have been hierarchical, with a ruling class or priestly leaders at the top, who oversaw religious ceremonies, urban planning, and social order. The residents were skilled in numerous crafts. Pottery, tools, ornaments, and ceremonial items all display a level of artistry and precision that reflects a society of dedicated specialists. Even everyday life reflected this sophistication. Homes were built with careful planning, clustered into neighborhoods that balanced private life with community interaction. Gardens and storage areas ensured sustainability, while public plazas and mounds provided spaces for ceremony, governance, and social cohesion. Religion permeated every aspect of life. The mounds themselves were not only physical structures but also spiritual centers. Citizens would climb these earthen monuments to perform rituals, offer gifts, and participate in festivals that could last 4 days. These events reinforced social bonds, unified the population, and connected the people to the natural and celestial forces they worshipped. It is also clear that Cahokia valued mobility and interconnectedness. Isotope analysis of skeletal remains indicates that some residents originated hundreds of miles away, suggesting travel and migration were common, whether for trade, marriage, or religious purposes. This mobility reflects the city's influence and its integration into a broader network of North American cultures. The mounds of Cahokia were not mere piles of dirt. They were feats of engineering and urban planning. Monk's Mound, the largest, required an unimaginable amount of labor, with soil carried in baskets by thousands of people over decades. The mound's terraces indicate deliberate construction techniques designed to ensure stability, drainage, and longevity. Other mounds, arranged throughout the city, appear to have served various purposes: residential, ceremonial, and burial. The largest plazas were open spaces for gatherings, markets, and festivals. The Grand Plaza, stretching nearly a mile, would have been the site of public ceremonies, athletic events, and social interaction, emphasizing the community's shared identity. The alignment of certain mounds with celestial bodies suggests Cahokia's leaders had knowledge of astronomy and the cycles of nature. These alignments likely dictated the timing of festivals, planting and harvesting seasons, and religious rituals. The city was a living organism where architecture, astronomy, religion, and daily life were intertwined seamlessly. By the mid-1300s, Cahokia was a city under pressure. The vibrant streets that had once bustled with activity began to empty. Residential areas were abandoned, homes slowly decayed, and ceremonial centers saw fewer and fewer participants. What had been one of the largest and most sophisticated cities in North America was now a shadow of its former self. Historians and archaeologists continue to debate what caused the final collapse. Evidence suggests that environmental degradation played a key role. Extensive deforestation may have caused soil erosion, diminishing agricultural productivity. Pollen studies reveal that crops became sparse, indicating that droughts had taken their toll. The once fertile plains of Cahokia may have no longer been able to sustain its large population. At the same time, social unrest seems to have escalated. Fortifications and mass graves indicate that conflict, whether internal or external, may have added to the strain. Some researchers argue that as food became scarce, power struggles emerged among the city's elite, exacerbating tensions. The combination of environmental stress, social conflict, and potential disease may have created a tipping point, a moment when the city could no longer support its inhabitants, forcing them to abandon their homes in a relatively short period of time. Cahokia's disappearance is not the only mystery surrounding the city. Many questions remain unanswered, defying the efforts of modern science. What was the true purpose of all the mounds? While some were clearly ceremonial or residential, others remain enigmatic. Certain smaller mounds appear carefully aligned with celestial events, yet their function is unknown. Were they observatories, markers for festivals, or sites of ritual sacrifice? How was such a large labor force organized? Monk's Mound and other earthen constructions required immense coordination and manpower. How did a society without written language manage logistics, labor, and social cohesion on this scale? Why were some areas abandoned before others? Archaeological evidence suggests that certain neighborhoods fell out of use while others remained active, at least temporarily. What dictated these patterns of desertion? Were there outside influences? Cahokia's trade networks spanned hundreds of miles. Did conflict with other communities, competition over resources, or cultural shifts contribute to the city's sudden decline? Even with decades of excavation and research, Cahokia refuses to give up all its secrets. Each discovery, a tool, a shell, a buried artifact, hints at knowledge, culture, and complexity far beyond what was once imagined. Yet the most profound question remains: why did a city of this magnitude simply disappear? Despite its abandonment, Cahokia's legacy endures. Today, the site is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, preserving its monumental mounds and offering a window into one of North America's greatest civilizations. Archaeologists continue to study the city, uncovering insights into its economy, social hierarchy, spiritual practices, and daily life. Cahokia challenges our assumptions about pre-Columbian North America. Many have imagined a continent populated only by small, nomadic tribes, yet here was a city larger than London, with sophisticated urban planning, trade, and ceremonial life. Its people demonstrated engineering, agricultural, and astronomical knowledge comparable to civilizations across the globe. The city's sudden disappearance serves as a cautionary tale about the fragility of human societies. Environmental changes, social unrest, and resource scarcity can topple even the most organized and prosperous communities. Cahokia is a reminder that survival is never guaranteed, and that history is filled with civilizations that rise and fall, leaving only traces for us to interpret. What can we learn from Cahokia? 1. Human ingenuity is remarkable. The city's mounds, plazas, and urban layout reflect incredible organizational skill and understanding of the natural world. 2. Societies are vulnerable. Environmental stress, social tension, and resource mismanagement can undermine even the most advanced civilizations. 3. Knowledge can survive without written records. Cahokia's legacy is preserved through earthworks, artifacts, and oral traditions, showing that human achievement does not always need writing to be remembered, for mystery endures. Even after centuries of study, Cahokia continues to pose questions that challenge historians, archaeologists, and anyone who seeks to understand the past. The city's story invites us to reflect not only on history but on our own world. How do we balance growth, sustainability, and social harmony? How do we ensure that knowledge, culture, and community endure through challenges? Cahokia provides both inspiration and warning, a lesson from the past for the present and future. The mystery of Cahokia remains as compelling today as it was hundreds of years ago. A city larger than London, thriving, organized, and rich with culture, vanished almost overnight. Its streets emptied, homes decayed, and mounds once alive with ceremony now stand silently on the plains, testaments to human achievement and impermanence. Was it nature that forced the city's collapse, or some combination of forces that we cannot yet fully understand? The truth may be lost forever, hidden beneath layers of soil, time, and forgotten knowledge. And yet Cahokia endures, not in the form of skyscrapers or written chronicles, but in the earth beneath our feet, the artifacts we uncover, and the stories we continue to tell. It is a city that challenges our understanding of history, a civilization that demands respect for its ingenuity, and a mystery that invites the curious, the bold, and the imaginative to explore its secrets. Friends, what do you think happened to Cahokia? Was it a slow collapse, a sudden catastrophe, or something beyond our understanding? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed uncovering the secrets of this incredible lost city, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another adventure with Universal TV. Stay curious, stay amazed, and keep exploring the mysteries of our world.